How did that carry? I don't think it did. Four. Not the most convincing, but four.
No, England have found something here. There's no doubt. They're working in an area on Callis where they think he might not be at his best. Just get it short of the length, get him back and get him to play away from his body. They think that he's good coming forward. It can't be a coincidence that they haven't pitched the ball up more at him, particularly Goff. And he is playing away from his body a bit. When proceedings finished for the day, 64-1 was the score. That is a lead of 58 runs for England. But of course the key thing is South Africa have 9 wickets in hand. 13 to Gary Kirsten, 28 unbeaten to Herschel Gibbs and 6 unbeaten to Jacques Kallis. If we have a look at the England bowling figures, we'll see 1 for 10 from Alan Mullally. Tidiness all round, but maybe not quite the threat that was posed by Alan Donald and Sean Pollock this morning. They really did bowl outstandingly well. After play, I had a chat to Alan Donald, but first, the scene yesterday of one of the most dramatic starts to a test match in memory. Within 20 minutes of play beginning, England were in tatters. Alan Donald was the chief destroyer and Sean Pollock his most able sidekick. Yes, good evening to you and welcome to the highlights of the second day's play from the Wanderers. Quite a day yesterday. I don't think anybody that was here could ever forget the way things got going in the morning. A reminder of the cards overnight. England all out 122 with Michael Vaughan and Andrew Flintoff, the young players there, impressing. But Pollock and Donald were completely irresistible. 64-1 in reply, the South Africans. The men not out overnight, Jacques Kallis and Herschel Gibbs. The position with the pitch was, it did seem drier. There was still plenty of grass on it, though, that would encourage the seamers. It was conditions overhead that was so different. The sun was out, and in the main in Johannesburg, that tends to help the batsmen. We'll pick up play now with Darren Goff bowling to Herschel Gibbs.
This is well up, and it's going to go for 4. Not quite where he wanted it to go. It went between the squarish gully and the 4th slip. There were 2 noises, I think, there. They go for the LBW appeal, but I think there might have been a little bit of bat there. There seemed to be 2 noises.
Yes, quite loud noises as well. Superb delivery, one coming back into him, and he didn't pick the right line particularly well. But there, the ball hitting pad first, both pads, and not the bat pad. But umpire Dave Orchard calling it right. It was going down leg side.
That was a beautiful bit of bowling again from Goff.
Here he pitches it up quite beautifully and allows the ball to swing, and Jacques Kallis never quite in the right line.
It's a similar delivery. He didn't play that one particularly well.
Now, once again, the ball angling into the right-hander. Now, quite often bowlers do this. They make or try and make the batsman feel that they've lost the outswinger, and once again, that one coming into the right-hander.
That might be out unless he's hit it. Well, I can only assume from what I saw live, i.e. what Venkat saw, except he's got a better view, he's down on the ground, there was a little inside edge.
Could be. My initial reaction was that, did it do enough? Did it come back enough? And perhaps not.
Down the leg side, big appeal, and out! Well, the batsman's not happy. You can tell by his body language. He might be, just that it's such a horrible way to get out.
Yes, one of the most difficult decisions to make for an umpire, a leg side catch. And the bowler was confident, the keeper made a confident appeal, which might have swayed the umpire. Very difficult to see from that, and that just shows you how difficult it is for the umpire. But as you say, Jacques Callis will be disappointed having got out down the leg side.
And he gets an absolute beauty first up.
Yes, and he must be thinking, what have I let myself in for today? But one of Daryl Cullinan's best innings was against England at the Oval, on a similar wicket, maybe not as much grass.
That's a big appeal and not bad either. Cullinan, of course, last time out for South Africa was out first ball against Zimbabwe. And this is a really good shout from Darren Goff. Does the ball straighten? It does a little bit. Hit him on the way forward. Good shout, that. Excellent decision, too high. Got that away. He'll get 2 for that. In fact, his first runs since 10:15. So he'll be a happy chappy. 81 for 2. Oh, that's just magnificent bowling. He'll feel really hard done by. That's what I say. You can bowl crackerjacks like that and not get a wicket, which really do deserve a wicket. So what's wrong with getting a bit of a strangle down the leg side? Perfect delivery. Well, the catch it cry was there because there was a little inside edge, I think. It'll be confirmed by umpire Dave Orchard. Yeah, no leg by signal, so 2 more to Gibbs.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled. And he really is creating difficulty from the caller drive end, Caddick. A nice smile from Gibbs.
That really is the best of Caddick.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled, and it's going to go away to the boundary, I think, for 4, just ahead of the chasing Flintoff. And Caddick shakes his head. Oh, that's well bowled, the appeal. I think it brushed the pad. Well,
there's a beautiful length from Caddick. Ball does indeed brush the pad. In fact, Gibbs is late on it.
that's a straight drive. And a chase for Hussain.
Exactly the right stroke to be playing. Didn't try to hit it too hard. Just made sure that it had a little sort of punch-like effect. Didn't, in other words, try to smack it to the boundary. Just made sure of good contact.
Oh, he's kept that down beautifully. And it'll go to the third man boundary for 4.
Nicely played. Didn't get on top of the ball. Stand up high, and I don't think he meant to get it quite that fine. It probably hurried onto him.
Officially, but he'll get it away because there's no one there. It'll go to the long on boundary for 4. Wide-ish long on. And this has been a really good over for South Africa. They go to 100, 103 for 2.
He got hold of that beautifully. It was very short. It bounced up pretty high, but he got a lot of bat on it and hooked it backward a square for 4.
It's one of Daryl Cullinan's favourite shots, the hook shot, and he plays it as well as anybody.
Oh, there is a shot that is on. It's up to him, and he drives it through the covers handsomely. In fact, the shot of the innings, I think. And it takes him to his 3rd Test 50.
Yes, he's played a few cover drives using the wrists very well earlier in the innings, but this one he gets his foot out to the pitch and it's a full swing of the arms. And as you say, probably the shot of his innings.
Well, that's well up to the man, and he hits it through the covers again. Lovely shot from Herschel Gibbs. Ends the over at 117 for 2.
That was in the air. Back past the bowler. Didn't find the middle of the bat. But it'll get Cullinan 2. That's in the air and over his head for 4. Just made the most of a little bit of width.
Well, we can see the intent here of Herschel Gibbs. He's really looking to score off anything slightly loose that is bowled by Flintoff or Hamilton. And this one, as Robin has described, gave the width. He didn't hit it particularly well in the middle of the bat, got the toe end, but just sufficiently to get over the man at point.
There's 4 more. So Gibbs making hay now.
Yeah, not really bothering to try to keep the ball down. The 50 partnership between the two comes with this stroke. Just a flick, a nonchalant type of flick off the toes, and away it goes in the air to the vacant area behind square leg.
In 117 deliveries, Cullinan's contribution 18, Gibbs is 32. That's beautifully timed. My goodness me, that's beautifully timed.
Well, Darryl Cullinan has certainly been the junior partner, as we saw in the stats of the 50 partnership. Now he's starting to make merry himself, but this balance is so good. Knew where the fielders were and just angled it away into the gap.
Got past mid-off. Whether it'll go the whole way is debatable. Dragged back in. Good fielding. But 3 more.
Yes, once again, he didn't give it the full flow of the blade. He just put his foot down the wicket and pushed it past the bowler. Once you have there, just a push into the gap. The placement was the important thing there. Certainly some good fielding and a flick back well before his feet hit the rope.
This time past mid-on, and that will go for 4.
This shot was absolutely classic. You can see the intent of the two batsmen now. They're much more confident with the pitch. They're much more confident that the ball is getting softer. But watch how he holds the bat here. There, just holds it in line to keep the blade facing the ball as long as possible. And the timing once again perfect.
Beautiful stroke. Well, there's more runs here, at least 2. And they'll make it 3. Good running from Gibbs and Cullinan. In the end of the over, 144 for 2. Outside edge this time. He'll get 2 down to Caddick at 3rd man. Frustrating for the bowler. Just been hit for a couple of 4s. Now he's found the edge and no reward. 148 for 2. Michael Vaughan, right arm off spin. Pulled away for 4. Welcome to Test cricket.
Well, it's no wonder it's so easy to drag the ball down with the tension of the moment, and particularly when you know there's somebody as dominant as Darryl Cullinan facing that first delivery. But it did take some turn.
Flintoff. Gibbs has found the gap. It's being escorted by long off. He's going to have to keep going. And he does. Just 2 more.
Yes, rather a conservative approach by Alan Mullally. He didn't try and cut it off. He just ran alongside it. But superb placement here by a batsman who's gaining in confidence all of the way. Look how Mullally runs next to it instead of angling across and trying to cut it off. Nice slide.
155 for 2 at lunch. Herschel Gibbs found it hard work first thing. He's unbeaten with 78, having played some pretty good strokes towards the lunch break. Darrell Cullinan, oozing class, not out 30, and Jacques Callis, the one man to have gone. Goff got him. Goff bowled well enough to have picked up 3 or 4 wickets during that morning session. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll see the afternoon session of play. Hello again from the Wanderers. England already in arrears at lunch, 33 behind. The South Africans have 8 wickets in hand. They're 155 for 2. We're going to pick up play now with Alan Mullally bowling to Herschel Gibbs.
That's 4 more. And it ends the over.
It's not that wide, and Herschel Gibbs really just hits through with the shot and hits it well enough. It's in the air, but it's safe.
Well, he's gone for it, and he's brought it off. Swings it away to mid-wicket for 4.
Well, Cullinan never has had much problems facing the off-spinner. Shane Warner's troubled him in the past, but the off-spinner, he's always been able to use his wrist and place the ball.
That's a lovely cover drive, glorious shot. Well, Cullinan is enjoying the off-spinner, and he's taking rich pickings. End of the over, 2 lovely boundaries in it, 175 for 2. Wonderful shot. Oh, he's bowled him. Well, that came out of the blue. He's bowled him. Well, he just played forward and somehow it got through, and Herschel Gibbs is on his way.
Yes, perhaps just a little bit late on the shot, late in coming forward, but it finds the gap between bat and pad, and reward for Mullally, who's bowled a solid line throughout the day. Difficult to see whether there was much seam movement in that, but a fantastic innings from Herschel Gibbs.
Oh, that was a beauty. That was a really testing delivery for a batsman that has just come to the wicket.
Yes, you can just count yourself lucky that you're still there. Just shows how difficult it is to get out. Swings in, pitches round about leg stump, and then just goes away off the seam.
Hamilton, and he's lashed away backward a square on the offside for 4 runs. That's what Cullinan was looking to do in the last over, and one bounced a bit big on him and he missed another, but there was no doubt about this one.
Well, he doesn't want to be dominated by a bowler like Hamilton, so determined to assert his ascendancy.
Straight. Didn't really time it as well as he might have liked. Made a sort of clunking sound, and as a result of it, he doesn't get his boundary. And they do get 3.
Well, Hansie Cronje turned looking for the 4th. And that was
played.
really
lovely, lovely shot. And he's only going to get a 1 for it. It's enough, though, to give him his 50. His 16th for South Africa to go with his 8 centuries. Another fine innings by Darrell Cullinan. 8 fours from 103 balls. Just 2¼ hours at the wicket.
Good one. Probably inside edge. Shouts of catch it sometimes indicate that. And certainly a rub of the inner thigh from Hansie.
Yeah, he's hitting the seam nicely, Mullally, now, and very well done because of the old ball, and it's moving a little bit. Hansie Cronje, who doesn't move his feet all that well earlier in his innings, you see he tends to pre-move and then just stand and use his height. That one getting a thick inside edge.
Wonderful stroke. Jeepers, that's special.
didn't feel it was all that short.
It really wasn't, was it? It was a ball that was on a reasonable line and length. If we watch it again here, slightly short, but not that bad. And Daryl Cullinan didn't use his feet to get back, just leaned back and then pulled it over mid-wicket. Imperious. Well, it's Hansie Cronje's turn. He's getting off the mark, just as any batsman would love to do. Half volley, nicely placed for him. He loves that stroke, and he capitalizes.
It's a cracker. A cracker.
Well, was that wicket to wicket or not? It really was terrific. It came back off the seam as well. Beat the inside edge of Hansie Cronje's bat. You can see the footwork. He's not covering his stumps with those feet.
Good shout. Might have got outside the line of off stump.
On his knees, Hamilton. I don't blame him. He's really had a tough time with the ball. He's unhappy. Perhaps the Scottish national anthem will be bowled if he does get a wicket. Was be sung if he does get a wicket. The ball came back beautifully, didn't it?
Back into the attack with a new ball and drilled through extra cover. It made a nice crack. It sort of told us that it was brand new, that ball, didn't it?
Yes, it certainly sounded harder. Hit low on the bat again. Daryl Cullinan not quite middling it as he would have liked, but it was certainly good enough. Low, as you can see from that shot on the bat, low towards the outside edge, but the new ball racing away.
That'll race away, and no stopping that.
Leg by signalled by Venkat.
Nicely played by Cronje. In fact, it's so nicely played that there's no chance of stopping it. Beautiful straight drive. It's a very good stroke from Cronje. He leant on it. He was nicely balanced.
Oh, that's well bowled. And Cronje's feet were nowhere.
Stifled appeal from behind the stumps. I think there might have been just a little bit of bat involved here. There, tiny little inside edge. It's missing leg stump anyway. You can see all the stumps.
Oh, well, again, Cronje caught in the crease, and Caddick no doubt engaging him. Cronje will not respond, I suggest.
That could have gone anywhere. That's what the bowler's saying. Why couldn't have that gone about 3 yards further on the onside? Why did it have to come back down the wicket? And as it did, why couldn't it come further back down the wicket?
Deep backward square is not needed because that's to the cover boundary for 4. Carried a long way.
Oh, that was a beauty. And beat him all ends up. And he's got a little bit to say to the captain.
Yes, and this is a brilliant delivery. Pitching around about off stump, straightening and going almost over the top of off stump.
Oh, he goes through him again and over the top of the stumps. Good over there from Caddick. 225 for 3.
Brilliant over this from Caddick. Beat Cronje past the outside edge and then between the body and the bat.
That's beautifully timed, and it just runs away to the boundary, square on the onside. Deal for LBW here. This might be quite close. Umpire Dave Orchard says no. Caddick's disappointment continues. Yeah, I think he did get a little touch there. Very healthy lead building here for South Africa, especially with wickets in hand in the first innings. Straight down the ground. Lovely shot, 4 runs. And And then Gibson, Cullis, and now this one flourishes with shots like that. That was an imperious shot from Daryl Cullinan.
Yes, too wide and short from Flintoff. A loosener, I presume.
And he's hit this high and handsome. That's 6. Oh no, it's 4. It's 4. I thought that was up in the stands. The man down there at backward square leg was looking up into the heavens.
Yes, the man at backward square leg completely lost sight of this one. Didn't move, but even if he had seen it, he wouldn't have been able to do much about it.
Yeah, they're going very well at tee, the South Africans. 249 for 3. Herschel Gibbs, the one man to have gone for 85. A nice innings from him. Daryl Cullinan, 94. He's played quite beautifully out there. He is a joy to watch, and 17 unbeaten at the moment for Hansie Cronje. 2 wickets for Alan Mullally. 1 for Darren Gough, who, by the way, at the moment is off the field injured. No wicket for Andrew Caddick. He's had no luck to speak of at all. Right, now let's get back into the action and see what happened in the final session of play here in Johannesburg.
This is well up to Cullinan, straight down the ground, 4 runs. Well, he's just picking up from where he left off 20 minutes ago. Nice, gentle half volley from Flintoff and straight back past him for 4. Well, he might get it here. In fact, he will. He's picked that one up beautifully off his toes. The fielders racing round will cut it off. But Cullinan will get through for 3 and post his 9th Test 100. Well played.
Only 159 balls, 229 minutes. It's 16 fours in that 100, and it certainly was one of the better ones that he will play.
And Hansie Cronje suddenly produces a magnificent shot. Straight down the ground it goes, and it's 4 runs. And that was beautifully timed. He didn't try and hit it too hard, he just stroked it back past Mullally for 4. I don't know that that carried. I don't think it quite carried to first slip. Seems to have hurt that finger of his, the bottom of the finger, and this is why. Now the super slow-mo, what will that tell us? This might solve our mystery. Dying, the ball dying, 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 trying to get those fingers underneath it. Well, it bounced. It was almost in his hands when it actually bounced. This is now between slip and gully, running down towards the vacant 3rd man and winning the race. Off the back foot. Magnificent shot through the covers. Oh, well now. Once the captain starts to play like this,
Woohoo!
oh, he's got hold of this.
Andrew,
that's a big one, I think.
Andrew Caddick's loosener, and he's not happy with the treatment. But it was signalled as a 4, and certainly it was very close.
He's bowled. Well, can you believe it? After just almost having hit him for 6, in fact, some in the crowd thought he had hit him for 6. Suddenly, after bowling a very short one, which Cullinan helped himself to, he pitches it right up, and I think he yorked him. Good bowling, Andy Caddick.
108 as he signals to the applauding crowd as he leaves in only 170 balls. A great knock, Daryl Cullinan. South Africa 284 for 4.
And Rhodes is off the mark. Chase for Hamilton and Flintoff. Both give it up. 4 runs. Oh, sweetly hit. Well, it's a cruel old game. Cronje will take full advantage of a slightly overpitched delivery, but the momentum was going forward, and takes him to 44. Bowled him. He's chopped it on, and Cronje goes. Darren Gough gets the breakthrough, and South Africa 299 Now 5.
A little bit of an iffish show, nothing shot from Hansi Grenier. Perhaps trying to play it a little bit too square, maybe down to third man. But only succeeding in dragging it onto his stumps. Disappointed, 46 to Grenier, just 4 short of that half century. And South Africa, 299 for 5.
Oh, he's gone straight through him there with a beauty. Well, there isn't much more you can do except smile. Already we've had 3 balls in a drama. The bouncer, the Yorker, and then another peach pit.
Yes, that's pitched on middle stump and just gone off the seam.
Caddick to Klusner. Through the covers. When he lays that great big piece of wood on it, it goes racing off to the fence. There goes again, this time a little squarer, but the same result.
Poor bowling from Andrew Caddick.
Goff to Klusner, and Klusner's onto it. Is slightly short, and he's so quick to wield that willow. Well, if he stays any period of time, we're in for some fun.
He is thrilling to watch. He really is.
Smashes it down the ground for 4.
Let's stand and deliver stuff. It's a great eye at work.
Big appeal. I thought I heard a couple of noises. I'm not sure. The bat's been raised by Rhodes as if to say, yes, I did get a little inside edge. Let's see if we're right.
This was another delivery that hit the seam and then a very distinctly inside edge of the bat first onto the pad. So a bit of desperation here from Hamilton.
There, that was there to be hit and was hit. It's what Klusner was waiting for, and he didn't miss out.
Well, this really was a classy stroke because it wasn't a bad ball.
And again, beautiful stroke, just over pitching Hamilton. 4. Clubbed away, 4 more to Klusner.
We're just talking about one needs a bit of patience to see one through a little bit of a tight spell. Lance Klusner has certainly done that. Look here, making room for that. It wasn't a terrible ball by any means. But once again, the power of the man is awesome.
Oh, he's dropped him. Well, that was quite unforgivable, really. That was an easy catch.
Yes, it didn't go that quickly to him in the gully. Lance Klusner not getting on top of this one. But just judging by his reaction, head-eye, and looks as if it's gone right through those hands, almost as if he lost sight of it as it was coming to him. Either he didn't pick it up soon enough or lost sight of it as it was on its way to him. And that's quite possible, especially in this light now. It's quite an awkward light.
That'll be it. He does it in style too. He smashes that one away. 4 to square on the offside for his 3rd Test 50. And it goes with that 102 not out he made against India in Cape Town.
Well, this is in style, and he's scored the quickest of the South Africans so far in this match. So dangerous coming in at number 7.
Appeal for LBW. This might not be bad, and it's out, in fact. Umpire Orchard had a little think about that one before the finger went up, but Jonty Rhodes has been trapped by Alan Mullally, LBW.
Well, this is good bowling from Mullally for twice. He bowls the one that goes across the right hand and has Jonty Rhodes fishing outside that off stump. Jonty Rhodes goes maybe perhaps a little bit too far across to cover the dangerous one, and is trapped in front, hitting him just about on middle and leg and around about the roll.
But Jonty Rhodes has gone for 26, and it's 378 for 6. Klusner doesn't mind, he just smashes the next one away from Caddick. Backward a square for 4.
That is a marvellous batting performance from the South Africans to reach the close, 386 for 6. They still have 4 wickets in hand, and they still have Lance Klusner going strong, unbeaten with 61. What a player he is to come in at number 7, let alone Sean Pollock, who's just got to the crease at number 8. Cronje scratched away, and it was really Herschel Gibbs and Daryl Cullinan who stole the show. Cullinan was quite outstanding today. The England bowlers, Alan Mullally very persevering without always being as penetrating as he might have been. 31 overs, 3 for 72. Hard graft for him. Darren Gough came back onto the field straight after tea, so the injury wasn't a great problem. 26 overs, 2 for 63, and Andrew Caddick there, 1 for 81. A long, hard toil. Nothing seemed to go Caddick's way.
5.